Africa is home to some of the world's most precious resources, from human to mineral and proverbs. There's an adage that says, as far as the palm tree is concerned, nothing is wasted. Amongst the many products that can be derived from the palm tree, palm oil is the most used product. It is used to produce over 50% of goods found in shelves of supermarkets globally. Palm oil is a vegetable oil high in saturated fat. It comes from the fruit of the palm tree Elaeis guineensis. Due to its super functionality, palm oil is in high demand globally. In the 1950s and 1960s, oil palm farming was a key sector of the Nigerian economy. The sector generated about 43% of the world's total production. Today, Nigeria produces only less than 2% of global output. With the ban on importation of palm oil in 2015, there's been a demand gap of about 0.59 MT demand locally. Due to the demand gap, palm oil adulteration has become more acute, particularly in the mass market.
See how I forget get market 2 months ago. I can't drive, I forget them. I not carry and we know you can finish. I come back, make I cook for daytime. I come and say red don't change color after 2 months.
According to a report by NAFDAC, 4 in 5 bottles of palm oil sourced from unregulated mass markets is adulterated with Sudan 5 dye, a known cancerous substance. This has exposed over 70% of the 42 million households in Nigeria who shop for food items from the mass markets to diverse food-related illness such as cancer, food poisoning, heart disease. Inspired by the loss of his dad to cancer, Ikechukwu Kinsley embarked on a mission to solve this problem by providing a healthier, traceable, and affordable palm oil for the cooking needs of Nigerians.
Most of the oil available in the market, as reported by NAFDAC, 4 in 5 bottles of palm oil sourced from the mass market is adulterated with Sudan 4 dye, which is a known carcinogenic substance. That was when I took the matter of palm oil adulteration very seriously. So, inspired by the loss of my dad, I decided to do it better.
With the mission in mind, Ikechukwu Kinsley set up his company to address this challenge. And like every growing business, he had its teething problems.
The biggest challenge for us starting the business was sourcing raw materials. There's a stiff competition for available raw materials, allowing sharp practices in the space such as fraud and lack of fulfillment of agreements as agreed upon between the suppliers and our business.
This is one of the major sources of raw material for us. What we basically do is identify ailing palm plantations like the one you can see here, then we acquire them on long leases. We have this one on lease for the next 3 years. At least with that, it gives us ample opportunity to do some maintenance work on it to improve the yield and productivity of this farm.
6 months into the business, I felt like putting off the lights, closing everything and moving on with my life, because the frustrations from the supply partners, the incessant breakdown of locally fabricated equipment as at the time, and several other factors, almost discouraged us from continuing with the business. What kept me going was the drive, that vision to be a part of something bigger than myself. Our vision is to be the palm oil brand of choice in every home in Nigeria. And that's a bold statement and a very big ambition to have. But that ambition has driven me to keep going even when the time gets tough.
But little did he know that this was just the beginning. And like every determined visionary leader, there's always light at the end of the tunnel.
One of the days I was in the office and I got a call from someone in Jos that got to know about us through our social media handle. requesting for 11,000 bottles of palm oil within 2 weeks. That for me was a defining moment, knowing that yes, the KR Foods is making waves and KR Foods has the potential to be a big player in the market.
With this heartwarming milestone, it set out to improve production capacity by installing a modern integrated palm oil mill. And just after installation, another challenge.
So this is a 3-ton per day integrated palm oil processing mill. It was recently installed and it's supposed to improve our operations and also improve oil recovery efficiency by as much as 25%. Sadly, this equipment is not in use at the moment because shortly after we installed this equipment, unfortunately about 15 poles, electric poles fell and nothing has been done by the authorities about it. So which is making us resort to acquiring a 100 kVA generating set to be able to power this equipment.
Then also cost of logistics for hauling the goods from finished products from our base to the cities where we currently serve is very high, hence limiting our price point advantage in the market. Should the power infrastructure and road infrastructure be taken care of, that will help us have up to 40% cost reduction, which will greatly impact our margins and help us to be more profitable.
Regardless of these challenges, it is not just laser focused on the vision, but also extending the company's social impact by providing milling services, access to finance and wholesale markets to micro millers and smallholder farms, whilst creating employment opportunities across the value chain.
Currently, we provide over 30 direct and indirect jobs in several activities across our value chain. At scale, we provide over 500 direct and indirect jobs. There are 3 major ways that we source for palm fruit. One is through palm estate leases, the other is through third-party suppliers, and lastly, through the market women that sell in the open market. Interestingly, that open market is dominated by women. So being able to source raw materials from them provides an income opportunity for their families and to improve their livelihoods.
As a firm believer that we exist not just for ourselves, but for a mission far greater than our personal aspirations, Ikechukwu still finds joy doing what he loves regardless of the ups and downs in his line of business.
The biggest source of joy and motivation for me is that evidence that we are improving lives through the jobs that we create and to help people eat healthy and stay alive. And that is through the feedbacks that we get from our customers. On one occasion, a woman just called me randomly and was thanking me that KR Foods will live long and prosper. And I just had to ask why, and she said, because we have the best palm oil. That she has had several bad experiences with palm oil in the past, and having switched to our palm oil, it has been fresh, tasty meals all the way for her. So that gives me great joy, knowing that we are solving a big problem for many homes in Nigeria. The future for KR Foods is very bright, and like they say, the reward for hard work is more work. So we know that more work has to be put in because the vision is big. To be the palm oil brand of choice in every home in Nigeria is a very audacious ambition to have. And that's why over the next 3 years, we plan to increase capacity to over 50,000 bottles of palm oil produced monthly to be sold across 11 cities in Nigeria. We also plan to deepen our impact by launching the product in pouch sizes that will help to improve access to healthy, nutritious food for people at the base of the pyramid. That way, we are solving the problem of palm oil adulteration from the ground up.